Hello, everyone. Thanks for attending our webinar today. And let me introduce myself. My name is Chichi. I'm from the marketing team. And today we are very happy to have you guys with us. And today's topic is JHCTECH Q3 product roadmap update and H2 planning. So we will present the new product we will release in Q3 this year. Also, we will talk about our planning for H2. So we are very excited to share this news with you guys. And as usual, Alex and Gary will be our speakers today. And both of them will introduce our 8 different product series and split them into 2 different parts, as you can see in this agenda. And without further ado, let's welcome Alex. So Alex, can you hear me?
Hi, Chichi. Thank you. Hey, thank you, everyone. This is Alex, and this is from the JHCTECH type office. So now we just are going to our first part is the introduction of the JHCTECH product part 1. So we just introduced 4 series in this part 1: Aladdin, WPBC, KGEC, and the Commander series. Okay, just let's start our presentation. Okay. Okay, so this is the part 1. Okay, so in this part 1, we just show all of the contents. As you can see, we just introduced the 4 series, and then in the final part, we just introduce our Commander new arrival members to in our Commander family. Okay. Okay, so the first one, we just want to introduce the import of the industry. For the JHCTECH, we just build up the whole of the products with the CPU platform, AI chip manufacturers, and software, middleware, algorithm, and operation system. So as a industry computer leading vendor, so we just build up all of the things to the final product to our end user for the product specification and the different requirement. Okay, so in the CPU platform, we just use the Intel and the Longrui Zonker and the Phaeton is kind of the vendor from the China, the legend who just product the CPU manufacturer and the different CPU supplier. Okay, for the AI chip, we can just select the Capricorn and the Shuffle and the Rockchip and NVIDIA. We provide the multiplied of the vendor AI solutions. And for the OS, we just provide different operation system from the Windows to Linux and build up to the real-time system and build up the BIOS. Okay, so we just finally, we just generate our end product for all of the user. Okay. So now JHCTECH just sell the standard product with the A series, and nearly 4,000 products on sales in our marketing. So as you can see, we can see this workflow, and we just introduce our Aladdin series, which is a Friendly's panel PC and monitor, and the Commander series, which is a Friendly's box PC. Bravo series that focus on the AI edge computing system, and the Sigma series, we just focus on the Friendly's in-vehicle rugged PC. Okay, and we have the SBC series for the embedded single board computer and the Paladin for the embedded box PC. KGEC, we just focus on the edge controller, and the WPBC, we focus on the rugged waterproof panel PC. Okay, so we just provide A series. So now we just want to update all of the our series, the roadmap. Okay, so we just introduce this 4 part. Okay. The first one is the Aladdin series. So as you can see, we can just go through this roadmap. You can see we have the Aladdin K series and the A series. Or K series focus on the Intel Core i3, i5, i7, and the Celeron CPU. And the A series, we focus on the Atom and the Celeron CPU. So what's the difference? The first one is the dimension, I mean the size. For example, the A series provide a 10-inch size, and the K series we provide 12-inch size. Okay, and the second one we just focus on different CPU target. So in the future we just planning in the this H2 planning is the Aladdin K1560T panel PC on Tiger Lake U platform. We just upgrade our original series and just upgrade the CPU to the latest Tiger Lake CPU for our high performance panel PC usage. Okay. So we just highlight some of the feature you can see for this this Aladdin series. We just highlight the multiply the interface, ingenious design, the industry standard. So in JHCTECH, we just use the EIO composite interface to development. And we can connect to the expansion card such as the PCI or PCIe for extended application. In the K series, we provide different size in the inch to support the PCI and the PCIe expansion slot. For the ingenious design, our friend panel is the IP65 renting and the fanless heat dissipation design. So all of the build up, we just use the aluminum die casting and the streamlined design and the sturdy and the reliability. Okay, with a flexible hidden panel mounting, we provide the face mount, rack mounting, and different panel mounting for our end user. For industry standard, we just use the LCD screen and we use the LED backlight as an industry grade up to the 550 kH. Okay, and we have you can operate in the wide temperature and suitable for different industry environment. Okay, so you can see we just have demonstration the capability of the Aladdin. So we can use the multi-touch. Also, we can just touch this panel with the groove. So the first one, we want to highlight higher stability resistant touch chip of the K series directly in the motherboard. And the second one is the anti-disturbance and sensitive to touch. So the capacitive touch screen use this high-end industry grade touch chip, provide customer firmware for different electromagnetic operation system environment. Can be touched with a rubber graph and the waterproof, and the thickness of the outer glass cover up only reach to the 10 to 11 millimeter. Also, we just have the with the voltage DC power supply and the pass this certified CAT. Okay, so we just want to show up the application case. So for this one is the target on automobile company in the Liuzhou introduce the mixed flow assembly line. So we just use our panel PC to install a different product line and show all of the information and system status, maybe in the speaker or scanner, and also show all of the status in the digital signature. So let's just integrate with some of the system configuration, such as their enterprise ERP, SCM, CRM, system data center, and they use the wire and the wireless connection to store up all of the data to their data center. Also, the manufacturing execution system, MES, they just integrate that to show all of the real-time information to improve their product line performance. Okay. So you can see just a lot of a picture to show up the Aladdin series on-site implementation on different sites. So maybe you can just take a look in the right and up corner, or in this factory. They just manufacture just produce the train and the airplane. So it's very special factory to produce a different product. Okay. So next one, we just want to introduce WPPC series. In this series, we have two models. Okay, for this WPPC is the advanced Aladdin series with we just focus on the waterproof feature. Okay. So you can take a look at product feature from the LDC touch CPU RAM to the power and the OS. We support a very wide range 40G input and support different expansion I/O. Okay, and in the lower side, you can see we have the two picture to demonstration the capability of the WPPC series. As you can see, we can just draw down outline or the retention on the water. So you can see we just draw all of the things. It look a very good performance on the water. Okay. So for this WPPC series, we just focus on the target markets are two. The first one is the food processing and the retailing. Second one is the cold chain storage and the port terminals. They just focus on the maybe some of the water or dirty things or the particle. We just focus on this kind of target to provide a waterproof WPPC series. Okay, and you can see we have just highlight a 5-side IP65 waterproof vertical installation, an economy waterproof terminal, and the stainless steel body, rigid overland shock, and stainless heat dissipation. Okay, so we just have some future later we planning in the WPPC series. So this, as you can see, we just plan the comprehensive IP65 waterproof. Only need to replace the outlet installation box to achieve a comprehensive waterproof. And the flexible switch with the 5-sized waterproof products. So that means that you just increase the convenience on the maintenance and the replacement. So you can quickly to fix all the problem in the product line, just replace the things. Okay. So the second one, I want to just demonstration the roadmap of the KGEC series edge controller. So as you can see, focus on the different CPU generation. We have the Skylake and the Whiskey Lake, Common Lake, and the ad hoc leg. So now we're just planning to profile a new products, the KGEC 6500 and the KGEC 6200. Let's focus on the common leg and the ad hoc leg CPU. Okay. So you can take a look at this table, which is the demonstration all of the series and the model, and with different ball, you can just change your corresponding I/O. Okay, so for the first one focus on power by the Skylake and the KGEC CPU, H110 chipset. So optional support the PoE and the multi-extension function. That means that you can just integrate the computer vision and the PLC and the motion controller in this edge controller, and then we can just complete all of the process control by this edge controller KGEC series. Okay, the second one is a fairness design powered by the Whiskey Lake and the processor and the 4 giga length. No extension function, but you can just extend with a different interface. So we just want to highlight the multiple interface such as the DP and the DVI. For this kind of display, the signal can be transferred up to the 30 meter without attenuation, adapt to the different wiring requirement. Of course, we focus on the EtherCAT master and the CAN open protocol. They are very important protocol to integrate the motion control with all of the device. Okay, also the PoE and the PCI expansion and the software key, we just optimize the BIOS for real-time OS. So real-time OS, we support a Windows system such as RTS, Iron-Time, EasyWin. Okay, which is just a profiler clock jitter is about 2 to 5 microseconds. And for the NIS system, we support Ubuntu Prompt RT. Clock jitter is about 30 microseconds. And the third-party controller deployment with the codices. Okay, for the ingenious design, we just use this CPU display or intelligent temperature control, silent fan, dust-proof, and with the chip, the PCA chip. So option we just do or code just depends on your end user's application and requirement. Okay, the computer both support a multi-language and multitask operation system. Okay, so we just demonstrate some of the application story about this KGEC series. So you can see this diagram, just a demonstration how to control with the EtherCAT I/O module, or to give some command to the driver or the multi-axis driver to control our servo motor. So all of things we can just build up the produce a product line, or maybe just finish some of the process control. Okay, so the right side is the whole of the scope. And the second one is the similar application. So we can use the PCI or PCIe card to extend our motion control card, and then we can do more and more process control and motion control. Okay. So you can see this on-site implementation. So in the KGEC series, or end user just like implement in or install in some of the motion control environments, such as the AGV or the service robot, and some of the rack or some of the big navigation robot. Okay, because it's the size and the compatible and the powerful control capability. Okay. So now we just want to introduce a very common Commander series for us. It's kind of the box PC with flexible I/O and flexible selection for our end user. Okay, so now we just have the 3 Commander products a new arrival, which is just built up with the Common Lake S CPU. Okay. So we just highlight some of the Commander. So for Commander series, we just highlight reliability and security. So rugged-friendly design, industry-grade component, and the wireless stacking between the motherboard and the daughterboard of the whole of the machine, high reliability and assemblability. And the hard disk, we just use a alumni profile for the heat dissipation, improve the working temperature of the hard disk by 3 to 5 degrees, and also provide a dust-proof, corrosion-resistant, anti-shock, this kind of feature. And for the diversity, Kamada just provide from the low performance to high performance, entry-level, economic level, to the server level, and the profiler extension for 2 or 4 PCIe extension. Okay, so meet the diversity and the different requirement from our end user and the different project. Okay, so we just highlight such as the convenient design. For this one, we just use the CMOS switch. You can just click this just switch the button, and then you just then clear CMOS. And we have built up the USB for the placement of the dongle, and such as remote maintenance, support TPM 2.0 and FIPRO remote management technology. And for the real time, we have the real time LED analog display, the CPU operation. For the red color, that means the warning. Yellow means the high temperature. Green means the normal. So it's a very convenient function, feature to troubleshooting or find a problem from the temperature. The second one is just a with 40 DC power supply. So the supply the short current, reverse current connection, over current, over voltage protection. Also, we pass the EC and the FCC. Okay, so you can see the on-site implementation. We just install maybe in the indoor or outdoor environment and a different environment. The Commander series are suitable for all of the environment for your end user and application. So this is just a demonstration or new member in the Commander families. Okay, so you can take a look at this product feature. So we just focus on the processor. The processor just use the Intel 10th generation Common Lake S-Core, support i9, i7, i5, i3, Pen 10 Celeron, different CPU family. Also, we just focus on the Ethernet. You can see or Ethernet support up to the 2.5 byte per second adapters and support the WOL. So you can see the final one, we have a different expansion. So just go to the next diagram to demonstration the powerful of the Kamada series. So we just use the 10th generation Intel core in this series. Okay, so we just highlight the universal expansion capability. We can use the PCIe slot to expansion such as the GPU card and the network card and the motion control data acquisition card and the other function card. Okay. Of course, we highlight the capability in the network. So as you can see, we just support I226 FeedNet chip. They support up to the 2.5 gigabyte, and also we support 4G LTE or Wi-Fi wireless network from our mini PCIe interface. Also, we highlight the flexible and diversity function I/O expansion. You just select different series, so we can just get a different multiple I/O. So as you can see, we just want to emphasize the Kamada 5000 series and the 6000 series. As you can see, they just a common module structure and a new ID design. That means the two platform, Coffee Lake and the Common Lake, share the same here the dispersion instruction profile, and the appearance ID and the size of the corresponding model of the two sub-series are the same. So that means that they have the similar I/O, almost the same, and the corresponding CPU just the big difference is the Coffee Lake and the Common Lake. They just different in the 5000 series and the 6000 series. Okay. Also, we will just profile a different storage option, 1+2. So that means that we have a 2.5-inch ED-swap design hard disk bay, and the single port rate is up to the SATA 3. That means the 6 gigabytes. And the maximum capability of the single hard disk can reach 6 terabytes. Also, we have another interface is the mini SATA. So that means that we can support the mini SATA full length card, which is the support rate is up to the SATA 3 6 gigabytes per second. Okay, so we have the one is mSATA and the 2 hard disk storage option in this Kamada series. So what's the schedule? As you can see, we just AP phase in August in this year, and the PV phase we just target on October in this year. Okay, so I just introduced in next part, so we just hand over to Gary. Hi, Gary, are you here?
Yes, hi, Alex.
Okay, it's a pass. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Alex, and hello everyone. I'm Gary, and today I'm going to introduce our JHCTECH products roadmap and some new products. This is my introduction agenda. I will introduce SIGM series, PADR series, SBC, ESBC, and BRAV series, the roadmap and features, and some product highlights. Okay, the first one is SIGM series product roadmap. Now look at the picture. We have so many SIGM series products here. The first is SIGM 26 and 50. This is equipped with the Intel Atom processor, and the others SIGM products are equipped with the Intel Skylake U or KB Lake U processor. First, SIGM 32 and 50 is it has a 4 PoE length and has 4 coms and support 4G and the CAM module. Next is the SIGM 32 and 51. You see, it's also powered by Skylake or KB Lake U processor, but there's an onboard AI acceleration card. It's our home brand, and the acceleration card is about 8 TOPS. And the next is the SIGM 32 and 52. And it is the simple version of this one. It only has have less comms and less LAN ports. And next is a 1U server. It's SIGM U13 and 50. The difference is it has a NXM slot AI acceleration card. The computing of this NXM AI acceleration card is about 16 TOPS. And last is our planning product. It's powered by the Intel Coffee Lake H processor. The AI acceleration card is also with the NXM slot. It can be installed with the Intel with the NVIDIA NXM GPU card. So the AI accelerated computing is about 128 TOPS. This is a high performance SIGM product. Okay, so what's the highlights of this SIGM series? They are with EN 50155 railway certification. So it's very suitable for the rail transit or subway system. And it can support dual 4G module and can support Wi-Fi 6 module. It also can support with GPS module. SIGM with two models, S series and T series. The S series can support 48 or 72 or 110 voltage. These are the railway standard specification voltage, and the T series can support the wide power supply with DC 9 to 36 voltage. And with the railway specification, it can support the wide operation temperature. And this motherboard, there's an onboard memory design. The motherboard and the subcard and the isolated power supply or expansion module, they are all in one design. And the power supply serial port DIO with the isolated design and anti-drone surge protection. Okay, next. Here is a application case in India. It is used our SIGM 32 and 52, used as the track hairs monitoring and inspection detector for the maglev train inspection project. The SIGM 3252 collects the information and analyzes the results by the acquisition module, then communicates with the management center through a 4G router. SIGM series with the finance box sends the collected and analyzed data to the management center to realize the monitoring of the train system. Okay, these are the on-site application pictures. Our SIGM series are mainly used for subway system or or transportation system. Okay, next is a PADR series roadmap. Now we have a PADR M101. We named it as PADR, means the Pandora box. Okay, the Pandora box is equipped with the Intel Whiskey Lake U architecture with the 8th generation Intel Core i3, i5, i7, and the Celeron processor. The small size, the size is like our hands, so it's very suitable, like for AGV or other applications, and it can support a 15mm thick HDD for large storage, and it can support wide temperature and wide DC input from 9 to 36 voltage. This is the PADR product highlights. It's powered by Intel Core i3, i5, i7, or Celeron 8th generation 8th processor, and it can support 2 DDR4 memory up to 32 GB. There's one HDMI, one DP, can support dual 4K display, and 2 GB LAN, 4 COMs, and there's a COM can support a DIO optional. There's a 2.5-inch SATA for storage, and the one M2 2230 EK slot for Wi-Fi module. One mini PCIe with the SIM slot can support 4G module, and the slot can be used as a mini SATA storage. The default voltage is the 12 DC 12 input. Also, you can choose the wide power input with 9 to 36 voltage. This is a very small size, so it's very suitable for like a small AGV application or logistics because it's a high performance processor. Next is application case with our PADR. This is a JHCTECH Intelligent Logistics AGV solution is based on x86 infrastructure. And the Intel 8th generation Whiskey Lake U SoC with low power onboard CPU, designed as a 3.5-inch small single board computer. The serial port is loaded with the model bus protocol and the PLC communication. The mini PCIe port is connected to CAN module to connect the CAN bus to working or steering drive. The M2 with the wireless AP module and the SATA for SSD, and it can support DC 9 to 36 wide power input supply, so it can be used to directly connect to the vehicle power supply or battery, and the power battery can be managed through SM bus. Okay, next is SBC series. SBC can divide into ESBC or OSBC because of its high performance processor, rich I/O interfaces, and the flexible expansion like PCI or PCIe slot expansion. So it can very suitable meet our customer standardization needs or ODM customization needs. And widely used for industrial application like industrial automation or digital medical or smart agriculture and other factories applications. Okay, here is the ESBC series roadmap. Now you can look at the picture. We have the motherboard with the Intel Coffee Lake S, or Skylake or Kaby Lake S, Whiskey Lake U, Common Lake S, Tiger Lake U, and Idle Lake S. These motherboards are standard ATX or micro ATX motherboard. They are very hot selling and popular now. The ESBC cover standard size such as mini ITX or micro ATX or ATX motherboard. And the standard mounting holes are compatible with various standard chassis application. So it can help our customers reduce the upgrade costs, and also it can achieve fast and seamless upgrades. These motherboards are with high performance processor like Intel Coffee Lake or Common Lake or Alder Lake. It's also with the rich expansion or rich I/O interfaces with the PCI or PCIe or other expansion card slot to meet different performance requirements for our customers. And next is the OSBC series product roadmap. The OSBC series motherboard are on our home machine. Look at picture. We have many motherboard now from Intel Baytree Celeron processor, Intel Apollo Lake, Alcott Lake, Skylake U or Kaby Lake U, Skylake or Kaby Lake S, Coffee Lake S, Common Lake S, or even Alder Lake S. Okay, our JHCTECH can design the motherboard from electronic design or PCB layout or BIOS or heat dissipation. They are all designed by our own selves. So we can design a new motherboard with our company. Okay, next, there are two motherboard newly products. The first is the ATX i964. This is powered by Intel Coffee Lake processor, and with one 2.5 GB LAN and 4 expansion slot with 1 X16 PCIe, 1 PCI slot, 2 PCIe X4 slot with X1 signal, and 4 SATA 3 storage. Okay, the NATX i964 EV phase is about in middle of August this year, and the PV phase is in October. The next is another motherboard with 3.5 inch. This is powered by Intel Tiger Lake U processor. Dual DDR4 memory can support up to 32 GB. 4 USB 3, 1 DP, 1 HDMI, 2 lanes, and one of the LAN can support 2.5 GB or 2.6 GB. Here is the power supply, can support DC 12 input voltage. Also, you can choose wide power supply from DC 9 to 36 voltage. Here is the CPU heat dissipation power supply. You can choose the fan or fanless heat dissipation. And here is SATA 3. Here is LVDS for external display. Okay, next. The EV phase of this motherboard is about in late August, and the EV PV phase is about in October. Okay, next is our BRAV series product roadmap. Now we have these BRAV series products from Skylake or KB Lake U, Skylake or KB Lake S, Coffee Lake S, Common Lake S, Tiger Lake U, and Adder Lake S. Some of these products are planning, and some of them are hot selling. Okay. This page is a list of some accelerator cards supported by the BRAV series products. First is the NVIDIA GPU card with the PCIe slot. Next is also NVIDIA GPU card with the MXM slot. Next is the Intel FPGA and the Intel VPU with the M2 slot. And the last is our homebred Cambricans acceleration card. Okay, our BRAV series is a bit special because it combined with the Intel processor and the accelerator card like NVIDIA. The x86 CPU can used for like data access, communication management, or data storage or remote device management. And the AI acceleration card is responsible for decoding, deep learning, and others. The AI accelerator card can be selected from 8 TOPS to 264 TOPS. The CPU is also very flexible and optional with different performance level from dual core to 10 cores. And it can support 4G or 5G module. It can support our JHCTECH software for remote control with the VIV Pro protocol. And it can support TPM and support RAID function. Actually, BRAV series is a very high performance series products, not only with a high performance processor, but also it can support the high performance NVIDIA cards or others AI acceleration cards. Okay, this is another application case with BRAV 7302. It's Skylake or KB Lake S processor and with NVIDIA MXM GPU card. We call this is the CVIC application. CVIC means the Cooperative Vehicle Infrastructure System. These projects are very common globally and already a very standard solution because of the increase of the network speed as well as the low cost of cameras. More and more cities are doing these massive upgrades. So let me explain about this picture. A data acquisition system composed of the cameras and detection radars collects the road vehicles information in real time. This information includes the vehicle's location, speed, distance, road traffic lights, and the pedestrian information. The edge computing platform, like our BRAV 7302, analyzes through a dedicated algorithm, and then transmits the analyzed data to the cloud platform. And at the same time, the analyzed data is fed back to RSU device. After the RSU device transmits received information to the onboard unit OBU device, it can make judgments on complex road conditions and providing strong support for the driver or automation driving system. The driving system can obtain more road conditions information through the vehicle road coordination system, so it can reduce costs such as sensors and greatly reduce the computational burden of data processing fusion, path planning, and so on. So it can achieve efficient transmission and can drive automatically. Okay, next page is H2 planning, our JHCTECH and NVIDIA.
Hi, Gary. Thank you. So just let me introduce the whole of the things about NVIDIA. So in this slide, we just want to introduce the JSON NVIDIA, which is a co-work with the NVIDIA JSON platform. So NVIDIA JSON platform is the world leader platform of the autonomous machine, and the other embedded application include the JSON module, which have a small form factor, high performance computer, and the NVIDIA Jetpack SDK for accelerator, a software and the ecosystem with a sensor SDK service. So what is the JSON? JSON is the kind of the module that integrate the CPU with the, which is the on-base and the GPU. So just the NVIDIA provide the GPU module. So that means the JSON platform provide all-in-one module that contain the CPU and the GPU to provide the edge AI platform and the solution. It also provides some of the software such as the predefined model, and you can just launch that from the NVIDIA control center. So JSON is compatible with the same AI software and the cloud native workflow used across the other NVIDIA platforms such as the GPU card, and then can deliver the powerful efficient performance customers need to build up the software-defined autonomous machine. Okay, so in JHCTECH, we just provide the roadmap for the H2 planning. We just plan the NVIDIA JSON Orin NX and the JSON HGX Orin series. So that means that we focus on the red corner, the Bravo 7131. We will just launch the first module in the JSON HGX Orin CPU module. So also you can see the right side, the JSON software just integrate a lot of things such as NVIDIA Tau and the NVIDIA DeepStream and the ISAC rules and Riva. So just can integrate our JSON's hardware with the JSON module and integrate the NVIDIA software to build up the new novel AI solution. Okay. So we're planning in response of the growing demand of the related application. We just plan to launch a new product, just to support the NVIDIA JSON supercomputer system module. So now we just equipped with the Orin NX and the HGX Orin CPU processor. We just provide a good edge AI data and the solution. Okay, so now the Bravo product secret will just reveal in October in this year. So we just starting tuning. So anyway, we will just plan that and investigate, but we just provide the first JSON platform with the HGX Orin. Okay. Okay, it's the QA. Hi, Chi. Okay, so Gary, can you just ask me some question about the
Sorry.
JSON product?
Okay. So about the our JSON product, do you have any related design board or information about it?
Okay, so for our JSON platform, as you can see, the left side we have the roadmap of the JSON series. So you can see just separate three level. The first one is entry level, second one is the mainstream level, and the final part is the autonomous machine. So they have the different power on the AI capability. So what is the measurement unit? We just use TOPS, TOPS. So as you can see, the JSON AGS orange series they profile 265 TOPS. That means that it's equal to GPU card such as the 1660 series. Like this kind of the powerful GPU card. Okay, so we just are planning and design that, so you can refer or left side JSON roadmap and the developable from the right side. You can see we just observe the JSON AGS orange development key from the NVIDIA. So we just develop this kind of the platform to our end user. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Alex. And is there anyone has any question? And don't be shy to ask the question to Alex and Gary. And you can raise your hand or just write down the your question in chat room. Is there anyone? Okay. Since no, okay. And now, based on our incentive program, and we have a special promotion for our partners. So you can see this table. And if you attend our webinar today and also complete the order of a bare sample machine of KNDA 6610, 6920, and 6921. And if your next order is over 5,000 USD, and we will deduct the sample price, 50% of sample price from next order. And also, if your next order is over 10,000 USD, and we will deduct the 100% of sample price from next order. And you can see there's a rule. So first, this offer is limited to the partner and with a signed and valid distributor agreement. And also the valid period for this order is counted starting from the day after this webinar. So for South America, it's from September 1st to September 14th. And also you need to attach your screenshot as a proof of attendance at this webinar, and offer limited to one purchase per model. So if you are interested in this commercial offer, you can contact your regional sales representative. Okay, and next page. So now it's close to the end of webinar, and we are very thanks for your attending, and also thanks Gary and Alex again. So, and we also appreciate your feedback. So if you have any requests on our webinar topic, or any product design, or you just want to contact us, please feel free to reach out at marketing@jhc.com.cn. If you have any product question, you can contact our customer solution manager, Gary Su Yang at jhctech.com.cn. Okay, thanks for your attending today.
Yes, thanks everyone.
Okay,
thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.